Hey, what is going on, you guys? Rocket54 here, and I got another story for you guys today. I actually had another story recorded just a few minutes ago, but the more as I was recording it, I was like, this story isn't even really that interesting, so I decided to make a new one because I know some of my stories haven't been, some of my stories in previous weeks haven't been as good, so I decided I would give you guys a pretty good story for today. The story that I had recorded a few minutes ago but decided not to use was basically the meanest prank one of my friends had ever pulled on me. So if you guys really want to see that story, let me know in the comments. I'll do it sometime next week if you guys really want to see it. But yeah, so anyway, guys, I got a better story for you guys this week. I hope you guys enjoy this story. Please leave a like if you do enjoy it. Let's try for 6 or 7 likes on this story. I know we can do it, you guys. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Now, I'm just going to say this story involves police. And, whoa, major voice crack there. Um, and so I was about 7 or 8 years old at the time when these stories had happened when I was younger. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what year they happened unless it's like a very, very vivid memory. But this happened when I was around 7 or 8 years old. Now, I'm sure all of you guys have heard of the movie Home Alone, and if you haven't, your life disgusts me, and please get out of here. But anyway, if you've seen the movie Home Alone, which I'm pretty sure like 99% of you have, basically what happened in that movie, well, pretty much in all the movies, because there's 5 movies. I'm pretty sure in like all the movies except for like the 5th one. Because there are 5 movies. I'm pretty sure in all the movies except for the 5th one, the kid does call the police. Now, me being an impressionable young kid at that time, I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. I was like, I want to do this. Cause I was like I wanted to dial like 911, and then I don't know. I don't even know what my intentions were. I just wanted to dial 911, but I was like, yeah, but then they're just gonna come to my house, if I stay on the line. So basically, what happened was I dialed back then I had a phone in my room, and it was one of those phones with the curly cords coming out of the end. I don't have a phone in there anymore, but anyway, I picked up the receiver and dialed 911 and then immediately just put the phone back on the thing right after I was done. And then I just started like laughing to myself, and I think my parents were like, and my mom was like, "What's so funny?" And I was like, "Oh, on the phone in there, I just dialed 911, but don't worry, I was like I hung up right after I dialed it, and my mom's like, "You did what?" And I'm like, "What? What's wrong?" I hung it up like right after I dialed it, and my mom's like, "Liam, they have to trace every call that comes in. It doesn't matter if you hung it up right after you dialed it. They have to trace every call." And I'm like, "What?" And my mom's like, "Yeah, they're going to be coming here." And I'm like, "Oh no." I was like crying as this was happening. I was like before they came, I was like, "I don't want to go to jail." Oh man, guys, I was crying so much before they came. Like, I seriously thought I was going to go to jail for this, for like faking a 911 call. But then again, I was like 7 or 8. So, under the Child Protection Act of Canada, kids under 12 can't go to grown up jail. But, yeah, so I was crying so much, and like pretty much like every 30 seconds I was like, I don't want to go to jail. And my parents were just like comforting me, and I was like, "Can you talk to them for me?" And my mom's like, "No, you're going to talk to them. Don't worry. They're not going to hurt you. They're not going to take you to jail. They're going to be completely fine. And if anything happens, we're going to be right here beside you." So, you know what, guys? I'm not even sure if I actually have told this story before on this channel. If I have, then I'm very sorry, but I don't think I have. Oh, no, no, no. Sorry. It's just like when I said we're going to be right here if anything goes wrong. That was from my stealing jelly beans story. So that line just, I guess, brought up another story. So sorry about that. But my mom was like, we're going to be right here if anything bad happens. And then a police car does come out outside my house. And I'm like, and then like I get really nervous. And then I start crying. And then the officer that comes to the door, like he was pretty young. Like he looked really, really young. And he came to the door, and then he, introduces himself to me and my parents, and then he says to me, and he's like, "So did you call 911?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "Why did you call?" And well, well, I seen a bunch of kids do it like in movies, and like I decided to just like dial it and then hang right up. I didn't think this was gonna happen. And then he's like, okay, well, just for future, every 911 call that gets in here, we have to trace. So, just remember that for future. You're not in trouble. Just, for future, don't call 911 unless it's for a serious matter. And just know that every call does get traced. And he says, so, you're not in any trouble. We're not taking you to jail. And I'm like, thank God. And he's like, so, he's like, you're not in any trouble. Just remember that, don't call unless it's a serious matter. And so he's like, good night, you guys. And the thing is, I think that guy that actually came to the door that night, I'm pretty sure he was my dare teacher. I'm not sure if you guys know what dare is, but basically dare is like this thing that you learn in grade 5 called it's about drugs and alcohol education, and a police officer basically comes to your school and talks to you about it. And yeah, basically, like, I think that guy that came to my door may have been my dare teacher later that year. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this story. I really hope you guys enjoy this story. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more content, and remember, you guys. Oh, sorry, guys. I gotta make a moral to this story. Basically, guys, the moral of this story is don't call the police unless it's a serious matter. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this story. Subscribe for more content. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed the story. And remember, you guys, whenever making fake calls to 911, say no to drugs.